Hey everyone, welcome back to JP's Budget Collecting and my weekly Sunday live stream about whatever. I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to get in here before we get started because I do need to start the show off with a little bit of a serious matter, and so we'll get that out of the way, but I want to give everybody a couple minutes for people to kind of start to show up before I get into that. So, but it is usually, my usual Sunday thing. So once we get that out of the way, it'll be our talking about, what's going on. Southern Comic Geek. We had Comic Books NYC was tailgating, as was Fish Tropic. Thank you, fellas. Southern Comic Geek, what's going on? Not sure how big an audience I'll get tonight. I know there's like some auctions going on, and Life of Two YouTubers is having a Sunday stream doing an art interviewing an artist or something. I'll have to catch that later. So my apologies, Sharon. But this is my usual time, so we're going live. Looks like we got the Comic General in here and Bear Island. StreamYard is so slow. You never like people could be in for like 5 minutes before I see the comments. So, D-Rock, what's going on, my brother? So let's see. We'll give it just another minute here. Let people kind of join, and then we're gonna, get into Mike. What's going on? All right. So we're a couple minutes in, so let's just kind of start and get this out of the way. So today, and we're just gonna put this across the bottom here. I was kind of minding my own business on a Sunday afternoon, kind of enjoying what's going on in Raleigh, enjoying my Sunday, much like the soldiers were back in 41 at Pearl Harbor. When out of the sky comes this unprovoked blindside attack from Biggie Shack. Now, mind you, Biggie Shack is a man who's won 2 of my contests. I've sent him a slab. I've sent him, a sketch cover. I've invited him on my show. I thought we were, bros, that we were good. And I see him come swooping out of the sky, just dropping bombs. And I see him hit old Burke Nasty. Burke Nasty goes down like the Arizona. It's a direct hit. I'm thinking, what's happening? And then I look up, and one of the Biggie Shack bombers is heading my way, coming right at me. I'm like, what? And he starts dropping bombs. So I'm diving for cover, and kind of explosions go off, and things are like, my bell's rung a little bit, but I'm okay. And I look up, and then I see him going as he's flying away, taking a shot at my guy Bear Island, as he's flying away. And Adam takes a pretty good hit, and I'm like, what the hell, Biggie Shack? What's going on? And so he's attacking me, but he didn't sink me, Biggie Shack. My aircraft carriers were out to sea. You didn't get them. I'm still here. I'm still coming for you. And he's complaining because this whole attack is because I've been calling spade a spade and calling out trash books on my 6-month look back and my look ahead of the comics of the week. And I'm calling junkers, and it's not my fault, Biggie Shack, that your collection is full of junkers and not bangers. It's not my fault. I can't help you if you're buying, all these junker books. Trash is trash, my friend. It's just the way it is. Can't help you. And, it's just what it is. And I'm taking shots from a guy about my channel whose whole channel is wandering around talking shit, like aimlessly. Doesn't edit, doesn't do nothing. He just wanders around and talks shit. So it's just accept that. If you're gonna come at me, that should be number one. So, and then the other unprovoked reason is he attacks me because he says I'm not a diverse collector. That I only collect the ladies and like boobs and that kind of stuff. Look at behind me. Does this not look like a diverse collection right back here? Is this not like a wide variety of books? What the hell? Come on, man. So, so they're coming. One man's trash is a man's treasure. That's right. So, okay, that's just me, being goofy and responding to Biggie. So, uh, I can't help it that his collection is full of junkers. That's right, Bear. That's right. I know, by the way. We're all Biggie's not a boot man. We're all wired differently. That's right. So yeah, I had to change my background just for Biggie Shack tonight. So no, hey, it is not. There is one butt cover back here. There's not all boob covers. So oh goodness gracious. Sharon. Thank you, Sharon. That's awesome. Don't tell anyone I'm not in my own chat. Oh goodness gracious. So I think 19. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Oh goodness gracious. So no, this was because of I didn't know if he even had those books that he's complaining that I was taking shots at. If you guys didn't watch, I did my video earlier today of my this week's hot comics that were on the Key Collector, Comic Town, and CBS iList. And yeah, I took some shots. I was pretty vicious this week. There was a lot of what I thought garbage books on those lists this week. So, women's rights activist. Yeah, this is a guy who's like, yeah. Thank you, Sharon. I will definitely be catching the replay of you guys after I get done here. So sorry, we ended up at the same time, but that happens sometimes. So that happens sometimes. So I don't know that I have. What was the other thing? Oh, so I did want to talk about that, like a little bit, and get your guys' feedback on. All right, we can get the banner, the scrolling banner off of here. So, oh, he's your. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So, yeah, his slam down episode. Yeah, because he was known for not having, like, he puts my covers to shame as being very modest and demure. So there you go. So I did want to get your guys' feedback for anybody that watched my video this week of the top 10, what's usually the top 10 look back. This week it was just the hot comics look back. We got to the week when Tom and CBSI split, and Tom joined with Key Collector, and so there were two lists this week, and I had 19 books. And so instead of doing like the 10, I tried to group them. Now my goal for that, I wasn't very happy with how that turned out, because my goal for that was to try to keep it under still in that 15 to 20 minute range. I ended up spending too much time on some of the books. My goal with there being more books by doing both lists is some of the trash books, the books that just dropped and crashed, is to not really spend much time on them. And I ended up falling into the kind of the trap of doing what I've always done and talking about the books a little more in depth. What do you guys think of that? Did you guys like it? Did you like talking about like auction news and covers and MCU spec and comic news kind of things and talking about it in that order? I'm kind of waiting on the StreamYard thing, so I don't know that how long it'll take for you guys to respond, but I will say doing that many books will be tough for me to do it every week. Not every week hits are 19. Like most weeks, I think it's typically around 16-ish is probably about the typical, but some weeks it's more, there's usually 4 or 5 overlapping. You've left a 6-month gap in the books. What are we supposed to do with all those books? I'm not sure what you mean, Bear. I'm still doing the look back, the 6-month look back. So I'll still be doing that weekly. That's not ending. I'm just like changed the format of that video from yesterday. I'm also doing the current list, so there's 2 different videos now. So there's not going to be a gap. I'm going to cover all the 6 months up until we get to what I'm doing now, and then when we get to what I've started now for 3 weeks of looking at current books, I'm actually going to look at my predictions and how I did. If I called a book trash and it actually took off, or how wrong I was. I did. I've done both, is what I'm doing now. I don't know that I'll be able to do both every week. Particularly if I have stuff going on, I may not get to the current week. The current week video is probably the one that's going to lapse the most often. But there will be weeks when I probably don't get the 6-month look back either, just because doing 15, 16 books becomes hard. But I've talked about that anyway, that I probably wasn't going to do all those. You're fine. You're not. So, thank you. I appreciate that, Big O. So, and thank you for joining us. Hey, Daymares, I haven't shouted you out yet for hopping in here. Mike the Cuddy Shark, what's going on? Hawk 79, you jumped in. Sam I Am, I can't remember if I said that. Sam I Am. Mark Knapp, what's going on? I think that's everybody. You don't have to watch 2 videos. You do not have to watch 2 videos. I have, like I said, I'm still doing the 6 month. I started doing this prediction video, or the current list video, because I feel like, I'll be honest, I feel like the 6-month video sort of run its course. I've noticed that views are down on it, and not that that's the end all, that I'm trying to get more views, but I don't feel like it's, and I've also noticed a lapse, and I'm not getting the, hey, new to your channel, love this video. On my face, it's just the light, I guess. Thanks for doing this comments as much. So I feel like there's kind of like, it's plateaued in terms of interest. People, I get a lot of I've been getting a lot of comments in the last month or so of, yep, same as always. These books, another week, same story kind of thing. So I thought the look ahead is yes, I'm dumping on twice as many books. Yes, but I thought the look ahead, and I don't know the timing on it. So far, I've been doing it on Sundays because I haven't really had a chance to get to it and pull the information together and get my opinions together till Sunday. I feel like it should be sooner. But looking at this week's books, I feel like I'm trying to be more timely. Let's be honest, and this is not meant to be a shot at Tom. Tom's top 10 video, where he does the key collector things, gets 9,000 views. It had 9,400 views by Saturday night when I was looking at it to pull together my stuff for Sunday. And if you've seen what I talked about today, most of those books are garbage. A couple of those books, I didn't even understand why they made a hot list. They weren't even hot. But boy, they sold a bunch this weekend. And that's not just because they were selling, and don't get me wrong, they were selling last week because of whatever news or whatever broke that got people to start buying them, whether it was a key collector alert or it was something else that got people to buy them. And I feel like in order for the message to hit home, I need to be like, to stop chasing these damn things. I need to be more timely. I feel like 6 months later, people are like, yeah, but then the book is hot this week and they do it anyway. And so that's kind of where I'm at. Yes, it has been 2 videos lately, but I mean, is it too much? Do you guys not think I should be doing the 6 month thing, or that I shouldn't should I let the 6-month thing go? Should I just focus on the new ones? Should I not do this new ones and just do the 6-month thing? I mean, yeah, I mean they're moving the market themselves as well as like responding to what's actually happening. And Bear says he enjoys the current one more. I will say the current one's more fun to do, but the current one is also just my effing opinion. It's me looking at the list and going, and now it's an informed opinion, I think, because I've been doing the look back for so long, for over a year, or just over a year now. So I have a good feel for what holds and what doesn't. And so I feel like it's an informed opinion, but it's my opinion. I'm going to be wrong. The current one is live. There's no real way for me to record it quickly and get it out in a timely fashion. So I do try to do it live, which I think also has less A4 is like the 6-month look back is based on facts. This is what's happened. I try to limit, I give a few opinions, don't get me wrong, during that video, but I try to limit the opinions in that video. I try to just state what's happening. And what's happened to the books, where they were, where they are now. I do give a little bit of opinion there, but it's mostly facts. The current video is mostly opinion. It's me going, okay, this is what's happened. This is what I see, and mostly being super negative. Well, and that's just it. So here's the thing why I hesitate to end the 6-month look back. Even though it does feel a little redundant for me. What 84 said, which is, it is facts that I'm driving home. But I also feel like there are going to be people that will find it. My channel is very, very slowly growing in subs. I feel like there's new people that do find it. So I want them to see these videos and try to learn from them. But I will lie, it gets redundant for me to do it all the time. So the look ahead was sort of to try to make it fun, like to give something that made the whole process fun. For now, I'm probably going to do both. So do you guys, is it better? I see a lot of, Biggie, you got to go back and watch the beginning of this, because I responded to your, here, wait, let me put the banner up of, at the beginning of this video, to your unprovoked blindside attack on me from earlier. So, and then he just strolls into my chat like no big deal, like he didn't do anything. I see how it is, Biggie. I see. Yeah. You think I didn't watch that later, huh? Think I didn't hear about it? You'll notice I had to upgrade my background because you claim I don't have any diversity in the books I choose. So you look at all this diversity. Look at all this. Look all these books back here. Look how diverse I am in my background. I don't know how well I got you back, Biggie, but I had a little fun with it at the beginning. So Dollar Ben saying, and I'm sure there's going to be people that say this, that I'm trashing these books because I missed out. I don't own them, but I missed out on them. But I'll be perfectly honest. Like, I stopped watching the top 10 lists, and like I hadn't watched a Comic Tom video in 8 to 10 months. I hadn't looked. I don't look at the current until I started doing the look aheads. I had stopped looking at the current CBSI list. I would look at it when it was time for the 6-month video and then do my research because I don't care. Like, I've learned enough watching this to know that hitting that list means nothing. Those books are going to crash, most of them. There's a few good ones in there, don't get me wrong, but generally speaking, I get nothing out of those lists anymore. And knowing that they are driving people to spend money on books, and now some of it, like, I do have a concern, like, particularly in having done this, and now that, because I haven't paid any attention to the key collector list until I started doing the look ahead, and now we've gotten there, and the look back. But I never paid any attention to the key collector list. People had asked me, like, I've gotten comments about, oh, you should go after CBSI because they're trying to manipulate the market. And I always felt like with the CBSI list, and when Tom was doing their videos, that they were responding to an existing trend and commenting on it by putting it in their top 10. And then they were perpetuating said trend because people were seeing it and then going out and following it. But they weren't starting the trend. The trend was happening. And, and if you're going to put out a list like that, that's what's going to happen. I do have concerns in just a couple of weeks of looking at the key collector list of, he doesn't necessarily even list only books that go up in value. He does a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff makes his list because number of sales increased or number of listings increased. Well, he's double dipping. He has it, and I'm talking about key collector, not Tom necessarily. He has a conflict of interest. He has this app, and you have to subscribe to get his key alerts. He sends out key alerts whenever. Then at the end of the week, he puts out a top 10 of hot books. And basically, I sent out a key alert. People who were following my channel, my app, went and bought those books. Then at the end of the week, look, here's confirmation that you should get my app and get my key alerts because this book's hot now. I have problems with that. I'm not gonna lie. And he's got a big audience for it. And so I never really thought about it until what he was doing until just like the last couple of weeks. But yeah, he's double dipping on both ends. He is driving the market at times. And he's producing a list and he's getting Tom to put out of the books that hit and say, hey, if you'd had the key collector app, you'd have known this book was going to hit when he sent the alert. But his alert is what's making the book potentially, not always. And I'm not saying he's necessarily maliciously doing it, but there's a conflict there that I don't particularly like. Later, Biggie, and no, I didn't take too big a shot at you. Thank you, Dollar Ben. It's really all I'm trying to do. Yeah, so no, okay, yeah, it wasn't very long. I was being silly at the beginning. So yeah, but he had books this week that I didn't understand. Like, he had a bunch of books in his list, and I think it was because maybe there weren't that many hot books this week that were like, a huge increase in sales, like 400% increase in sales. Well, if you went from 2 sales to 8 sales in a week, that's a 400% increase. That's not a hot book. So anyway, for now, I'm going to continue to do both. So if you guys like it, let me know. If you guys had any tweaks to doing the way I did it this week, I'm going to try to get the look back under 20 minutes. I went to 25 this week. I don't like that. Part of that was it was 19 books. It was a ton. It's hard to get through them all, but trying to spend less time on some of them that really don't have much story to tell, and spend my focus on specific ones. So that's my thought there. So what else we got? I thought you didn't like it. I thought that's why I was in your bottom 5, Biggie. Was because I was talking trash about your books. so, all right. So for the next couple weeks, I got some decisions to make. We're shifting topics here. Oh, the count's going down to a duel. Well, according to Biggie, I'm just maybe I don't want to do that because I'm just a little guy who's something I forget now. A little guy at 6'3", 230. So I haven't been called a little guy for a long time, Biggie. so that was good. Yeah. And see, I think a lot of what he does on that app is great. I do but he is manipulating the market to a certain degree. And he's getting people to buy books that they wouldn't buy. Like this week, there's some books on there. It's just like, why are we buying these books? And, and one of the examples I used was a Sidorak book. And Donnie Cates says something and he sends out a key alert about it and people go crazy. And yeah. Pistols at Dawn. That would be good, Bear. Did I miss Bear's comment? I'm 25, 6 foot. You're tall, and I'm wide. Oh, goodness. So, all right. So, topic changing. Over the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever. Today is the 9th. So this week and the next 2 weekends, I'm going to spend a little time at the end of these shows trying to decide. See, and that's not a way. If you're using it for that, I get it. And if you're selling books, I just, it bothers me a little bit what I see happening. I see people chase books and waste money on things, and it's just like, come on. So, but if you're the one selling, great for you. So, but I have these two. I have 2 comic folios or whatever you want to call them, and that I will be taking to C2E2. That's it. Those are the books I'm taking. I'm not taking a ton of books to get signed. So I didn't decide what I'm going to take over the next couple weeks and what I want to do. Like, I've been debating on whether or not I want to take some books to try to get signed and slabbed, or some books to just get slabbed. Probably not, but I don't know. I didn't decide what books I'm going to take just to get signed and not worry about. And yeah, I really enjoy the a lot of the free stuff he does. But I get why he does the key alerts, because most people probably aren't going to pay for that. It's why he's doing the key alerts and stuff. Like being able to look up books, I think is great. Oh, here comes the cat. So trying to decide what I'm going to put in here. And I didn't really dig much out today because I didn't decide I was going to do this yet. Probably next week I'll actually get through books that I might try to get signed and what I should do and if I should slab any of them, get yellow labeled or not. So today we're going to have some fun. These are all of my blanks that I own. I'm going to take 4, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blanks. I'm going to take half of them with me to C2E2 to potentially get. I probably won't get 4 sketch covers. I probably don't have that much money, but I'm going to try to get at least 2 to 3. I think I can make that happen. So you guys are going to help me choose which ones I'm going to take and what I should go after. Within reason, I may veto you, but yes, I know Art German's at Planet Comic Con. I am planning for that stage. I do know something I will do is I haven't decided. When we get close to Planet Comic Con, I'll decide you guys might help me decide what other covers I might get him to sign. But my art journal plan is this has a pressable defect, is to get this cracked, signed, and reslabbed is my main art journal plan, and I may try to get another book signed and slabbed as well. But that is my main art journal plan for Planet Comic Con, and that is my main Adam Hughes plan for Planet Comic Con. So, priority is an 84 sketch. If I'm like, I have an 84 sketch, Biggie. Later, Bear. Dollar Ben is asking the defect. I don't know that you guys will be able to see it. It's on the back cover. And maybe if I take it out of the Mylar, you can kind of see it right there. You see that like under the milk right at the bottom of the book, you see that like there's like a little dent there that kind of sticks out. Like the back cover kind of got like somebody finger, like with a finger or something, like dinged it a little bit, but it does not break color. I think it'll press right back out. And that is the only defect I can see on this book. Now, I haven't looked up the grader's notes on it, but yet. I don't know if I can get it back where the light. It's right at the bottom, and it's enough. It definitely wouldn't get a 9.8, like as it is. But yeah, there's no color break there, but it does look like somebody just like took the edge of the cover and just bent it right there, like almost like a finger impression. So I'm pretty sure that'll press out. So sketch covers. I have an Avengers sketch cover. I have ASM. I actually have two. Where's the other? I have two different ASM covers, so I'll probably only take one. I have 800 and I have 25. I'll probably take 25 just because it's a smaller book, and it gives me, if I take an ASM cover, I have a Wonder Woman blank. I have a War of the Realms blank. I have a Catwoman blank. Yeah. So that is Batgirl 12's art journal. That's actually from the when Stephanie Brown was Batgirl, but I just love that art journal cover. It's one of my favorite art journal covers. So where's that? I had a Catwoman blank. I have a Harley Quinn Poison Ivy blank. And I have a Batman and the Outsiders blank. So Dollar Ben says he would take the 800. I'm actually thinking about taking the 800, like waiting on it and taking it to PlanetCon because it's so much thicker. But on PlanetCon each day I'm coming home so I can dump books, so I can take more stuff with me, as opposed to C2E2 where I have X space. Where PlanetCon I have X space each day. So that's why I'm thinking about saving the 800. I already have, the one thing that I will say is I do have a Catwoman sketch that I've already had done. That I got it done. So we can talk about so what I've already got in terms of sketch covers is I have a Wonder Woman sketch that I had done at PlanetCon last year. I have a Catwoman sketch that I got done at PlanetCon last year by the same artist that did your Black Cat Biggie. So he did that Catwoman for me. I have a Scarecrow sketch that I got done by an artist at my comic shop last fall. I have a X-23 sketch that's that a local guy did for me. And then the Piece de Resistance, the best sketch cover in my collection by the highest regarded artists around. I have the Comic Head 84 Harley Quinn sketch, which, yeah. So that he didn't sign, that I got to take with me to get signed. But so that is the extent of my sketches. I do not have a Scarlet Spider Superboy sketch. Let's see. We got D-Runk says, take ASM, Wonder Woman, Harley and Ivy, and Catwoman. Comic Head says Batman, Avengers, and ASM. Nice, Daymares. I look forward to. I'm planning on being there at least Friday and Saturday. I don't know if I'll go all 3 days for sure yet or not, but hit me up on Instagram or hit me up on email, and we will make sure we hook up at some point. I think Burke's going to be there. Actually, I know Burke said he's planning to be there, and then JD is planning to be there, and I do not know beyond that. If anybody else right now, I don't know if I've heard anybody else that's planning to be at Planet. If you are, let me know. I will happily say hello. And we can hang up and catch up for a little bit. Sam I am saying Harley and Ivy and ASM. Yeah, D-Ronk has got a sweet sketch cover. I get the madness too. So where I'm leaning, Dark Side sketch. Yeah, the guy D-Ronk and Kavi both used for those books. I'm tempted to commission something from him too, but I'm saving right now. I'm saving. Disco's going. Where is Disco? What? Did I miss something in the chat? Where's Disco going, Biggie? Nice. Well, definitely hit me up so that we can catch up on Saturday, Daymares. I look forward to it. So yeah, I'm not sure what he's talking about. Discovery Bay. I don't know what Discovery Bay's up to. So right now, this is where I'm leaning. I'm leaning toward a Harley and Ivy because I'd like to get. I have a Harley sketch. I have a Catwoman sketch. I'd like to get an Ivy sketch. So I'm leaning toward that. So, although I'd like to get an Ivy sketch from '84, that may be down the road. Just to match because he gave me a Harley sketch too. I am going to Planet Con, yes, but that's in Kansas City, Missouri. I don't know why Discovery Bay would come to that one. So I'm leaning toward that one. The Russ, I'm a little more up in the air. I think I will take Amazing Spider-Man 25, mainly because I don't have any Spider character sketches yet, and that's kind of my second biggest fandom beyond Batman. Like I got that Black Cat done last year, but that was always with the purpose of being a giveaway. So I think I'm taking ASM. So those are two. So I got spots for two more. I'm not going to take the other ASM. I'll save that potentially for PlanetCon. So that leaves me. I think I'm going to just hold off on Catwoman for now. I already have a Catwoman sketch cover. I don't know. It depends on the artist. I don't know. That one's a debatable. I already have a Wonder Woman. What do you guys think? Which one of these three, and then maybe we'll pick one of the other two. The two that I already have something for. Which one of those three would you guys go with? Hey, don't you guys have a show going on? Thanks for coming back, Sharon. But you guys should be. So, what do you guys think? Let's see. Here are the votes. Batman, which I could get basically any Batman character on. I could get a Batgirl. I could get Batman. I could get any Bat villain almost. Avengers or War of the Realms. Biggie's saying Avengers. What's everybody else saying? Let's see. I got one vote for Avengers. His commission list is starting to get pretty big. I know. I just feel like, because he did that animated style Harley for me, I'd like to get an animated style Poison Ivy from him, but I don't know that we'll get that done anytime soon. Sam M is saying Avengers. Sharon's saying Batman. What would I have sketched on Avengers? Well, you guys know me. Depends on the artist, probably. I would probably like Captain Marvel would be up there. Potentially, it kind of depends on the artist's style. I would probably go Captain Marvel or maybe like an Iron Man. Maybe those would probably be my first two choices, but it would depend a little bit. I like to work with the artist to see what they're interested in. So there's a bunch of different characters. So I wouldn't necessarily lock into any particular one. It would probably depend on the style. If I saw somebody I thought would fit with a particular character. But my first choices would probably be those two. War of the Realms is a no good. Spider-Woman's a good one for Avengers. She-Hulk would be a good one for an Avengers if I was doing ladies. Matt Stunt says War of the Realms. I mean, War of the Realms, Kenny's saying no go on that, but to me, that's basically to a certain degree, these two, you could almost put the same stuff on. Now, probably if I did War of the Realms, I would probably try to get like a Jane Foster Thor on that. Just because I really enjoyed that character. But that would be a little tougher sketch. So I could put War of the Realms down. I could go with Scarlet Witch. Yeah, you could do that. So there's a bunch of Avengers characters you could go with. All right, so I've eliminated War of the Realms for now. So should I just take these two, and because I already have a Catwoman and a Wonder Woman, just leave those for now and potentially do those. I mean, I'm going to go PlanetCon, so these are potentially going to get something done. You could do a Thanos on Avengers. That is true. Not a huge Thanos guy. I would probably go for I don't know. That's not a bad idea. Again, it would kind of depend on the artist whose table I end up at, and because I like to talk it through them of what they like, because usually the way I did it before, Ra's al Ghul would be a good one. A Katana sketch would be a good one on this one too. Big Katana fan, but literally like the Batman Outsiders, you can put anything Batman related on here. And it does give me a lot of flexibility. It's usually I like to talk through, like, with the Catwoman sketch, the artist actually picked, like, I offered him a couple different covers, and he actually picked that one and said, hey, would you mind if I did Catwoman? And I was like, yeah, that's great. And with the Batman sketch, the Scarecrow thing, we were going to do a Bat villain. His style, like, I really thought for his style, it needed to be probably Two-Face or Scarecrow. He picked Scarecrow. So that, like, that's how I ended up with a Scarecrow sketch, as opposed to, like, of all the other villains. I really thought with his style, like, Two-Face or Scarecrow were the way to go. And that was the one he chose, which I was good with. And the Wonder Woman one, that one was more me probably picking her to be on that Justice League book than anything else. But I do like to talk to him. So right now I think I'm leaning toward taking these two and these two and seeing what happens. So I think that's where I'm at. That gives me some diversity, because I can get basically any Spider-Man character on this, like any Spider-Man related character here. This is very much targeted. This would be a Poison Ivy. is where I'm going with this one. But by taking this, I then have, like, if somebody's interested in doing a different Batman character or whatever, then I have this that I can kind of go that route depending on the artist. And then again, on an Avengers cover, you can literally almost do any Marvel character. I mean, you literally can. So, yeah, I think that's where I'm going. D-Rock is asking, what homage would you look to get? Based on the, boy, I wonder about that. That's a good question, Biggie. I wonder, or D-Rock, I wonder, because I wouldn't mind getting something from that artist as well at some point. But I just, like I said, I got to get through the con season before I can even think about something outside of that. I mean, I could do that. I could get something from him, and then it basically just takes away from my con budget and like why I'm there. To do sketch covers with people that maybe I can't necessarily get on their list otherwise. But Silver Surfer 4 homage or classic Batman cover? Yeah. What classic Batman would you go with? I'm trying to think, what would I get a homage to if I was going to do it? I don't know. That's a good question. I have to think about that. What I would do, like, if I could get anything, if I was going to have that guy or anybody do something, I don't know, as a homage, not necessarily a. Oh, well, I was planning to take 4, so this isn't like. So I'm planning to take 4. And that gives me some options depending on the artist I run to. I probably won't get 4. I probably won't have the funds to get all 4 of them done. But I think I'm going to take the 4 of them and see what happens. So a lot of it will depend on what I decide in the next couple of weeks in terms of what books I'm going to take, if I'm going to try to get anything slabbed. I'm leaning against that, but there are some people there that I'd love to get signed and yellow labels, but I don't know that I have that in my budget right now, and whether that's worth it. There's nobody there that I feel like that I won't probably be able to find at a con later. You know, there's no George Perez situation like last year. Chris Claremont's getting up there, and he's going to be there, but I already have a book signed by him, and I don't really have another book right now in my collection that I'd be like, yeah, I'd want that done. Yeah, definitely. So I'm definitely taking the Batman, I think, and definitely taking the Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, and definitely taking the ASM. And then I think I'll throw in the Avengers and just see what happens. So speaking of, like, I will, for those of you that are going that may or may not have seen this, I'm going to, because I hadn't seen this till today, I'm going to pull this up real quick, Chrome tab. So related to C2E2, there is, so they are offering a Jim Lee autograph package for those of anybody that's interested. I thought about it seriously, like, so, but it's $50 just for a SIG, $70 for a SIG that you're gonna get slabbed, which is probably what I would do. And then it's like $139 to get signatures, but you can't get them slabbed for like the fan experience. But you get a selfie with Jim, and it's a $200 for like to do 3 CGC witnesses and all the other stuff. This is true. Like, standing in Claremont's line is just great for the conversation. I don't think I'm going to do the Jim Lee thing. I would love to meet Jim Lee. But I honestly, it's just a little too rich for my blood at the moment. Like, $200 is a big chunk of my budget. Let's be real. Because I've been looking, I've contacted several artists that are going to be there pre-show about pre-show commissions and that kind of stuff and sketch covers, and I haven't pulled the trigger on any of them because you're looking to a third to half of my budget for some of these like known artists to get something for the whole con. And I just really can't justify that. I've had some unexpected house expenses and some other stuff, and I just can't swing that kind of thing right now. And I can't really justify $200. I mean, I guess I could justify the $100, but then you don't even really meeting. Like, where is it at? To potentially get this cracked, signed, and slabbed. Which is probably what I would do, like if I was going to do a Jim Lee book, but I just don't think I'm going to mess with it. My guess is it'll sell out pretty quick, and then I won't have to worry about thinking about it. Oops, wrong spot. That's my guess, at least. Yeah, that's kind of my thought. There may be opportunities when my budget isn't quite so tight. This year, my budget's just going to be a little bit tighter. It just is. It's just the way life is for me right now. Yeah, I think really where I'm at, and this is part of the reason I don't think, but we'll talk about it some more in the coming weeks, but I don't think I'm going to do any CGC books, which really alters what I would take for signatures and who I would necessarily go to for signatures that are there. Because I don't think I'm going to do a CGC book. I think I want to focus on getting 2 to 3 sketch covers, maybe a few smaller books to get signed by a couple of people, but not do a ton of SIGs, and do and look for a book on my list. Those 6 books that I'm kind of focused on this year. I haven't got any of them picked up yet, and really like doing that. There's a couple reasons why I don't really want to do the CGC thing, and several of them are in the chat. I don't really want to spend my time standing in line for that crap. I shouldn't say crap, because it's worth it if you want to do it. And at some point, I would like to do all of those books signed and slabbed and that kind of stuff that I would potentially take. But it's not like I'm going to be there for 2 days. There's a ton of you guys that are going to be there, including our little chat of the C2E2 crew, of Comic Cat 84, D-Ronk, Bear, NYC, Jay Hood. I think She Wood's going to be there. There's a bunch, and I'm forgetting a whole ton of people that are going to be there that I want to meet, say hello to, spend a little bit of time hanging out with, wandering around booths with. So that's going to take up a big chunk of my time, and I want to do that, and I want to be able to like converse with you guys and be able to do whatever, and not have to be like, I have to be in this line, and I have to go to this line, and I have to do this. And the other thing is, one of the 2 days, and I'm still haven't gotten an answer from my sister. My sister and my nephew are coming one of the 2 days, and it'll be the first time he ever goes to a con. So I want to spend a lot of time wandering with him and not like making him stand in line while I'm doing stuff. And so I just don't think the CGC thing is going to be a part of my con experience this time. Because Aiden's going to want to wander and look at stuff and see all the people and the cosplayers. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that with him. He's 6. It'll be his first time going to anything like this. So I will say, I don't know which day that's going to be. If you come up to me on the day that I'm free, no family obligations, let's hang out, let's do whatever. Yeah. If you come up to me when my nephew's there, come say hello. Don't hesitate to do that. But just know that my time is going to be more dedicated to him than you guys, and that's just the way it is. So later, Wolf Warner. Yeah, and so I think really Mastodon, that's what I'm thinking, is like it's having a very small stack of stuff that I might try to get signed with just a few specific people. And the rest of it is just spend some time hunting for some books on my list spend some time wandering Artist Alley, looking for some lesser known people that I think have cool art style, and see if I can't get a couple sketch covers done, and hanging out and helping you guys look for stuff and do that kind of thing. So that's where I think I'm at. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I'm getting ready to shut this down, but thank you, D-Rock. We'll catch you later. So we've been going about an hour. So I want to thank everybody for joining me, for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed your weekend. Before I forget, last week we had to cancel or postpone Gotham City Chronicles. We postponed that last week because 84 wasn't feeling well. We are rescheduling it, not for tomorrow. Kavi has his art show tomorrow night. So Tuesday night, which is a different night for Gotham City Chronicles, but we're going to do it Tuesday night, 9 Eastern, 8 Central, 6 Pacific, 7 Mountain Time. Sorry, I won't forget anybody. Earth One by Jeff Johns, myself, Comic NYC, Comic Kid 84 Kitty. We are going to be breaking it down. So if you enjoy our Gotham City Chronicles show, it is back next week after a little longer hiatus than we like, but not too bad. So yeah, that'll be Tuesday night, not tomorrow, Tuesday. So come hang out, come join us. That will be on my channel this time, not on NYC's. But yeah, so anything else this week? Hoping to get a Let's Collect out this week. Probably be later in the week. I was going to try to record it today. I got all the stuff together, but I haven't got it recorded yet. You guys want to preview? You want to know who's the name Let's Collect? You guys want to know? What I'm doing? Let's see. Oh, wait. Oh, it's kind of close. Wait. Oh, there you go. So that's going to be my Let's Collect this week. I got to get that recorded yet and edited and stuff. Yeah, it's a really fun short read. Like it was shorter than I expected, kind of thing. But I guess there is a volume 2 and a volume 3 now. I think that spoilers. It was good enough that I might have to pick up at some point those other volumes. So Jeff Johns is usually pretty good. So with that, we're gonna call it a night. I want to thank you guys again for hanging out. Sam I Am, Wolf Up Warner, the Mastodon, what's going on? 84. Ronk, Bale, let's see, Fish Tropic still was here. Just be about everybody that's been chatting. Life of Two YouTubers is here. I don't know if her show ended. That's why she was here. Wait, what? I don't know. I think you said you read it already. I'm confused. So anyway, we'll catch you guys later.